The state of Marvel Rivals. A very controversial topic right now. A lot of people want to say that the game is dying or overall in a bad place in terms of balancing and game design and support ults this and all that stuff. But I think the opposite. I think Marvel Rivals is in a really good place right now, and there's a few key reasons on why I believe that. Number one is obviously the Marvel IP and the amount of characters that can drop, and the fact that we really haven't seen them use that to its full potential yet. But also, if you want to go currently right now, I think Marvel Rivals has some of the best balancing and map design. I like the new map, honestly, which also might be a controversial opinion, to be honest, but I think the game is very fun, and it definitely has its flaws, but I think the flaws are way blown out of proportion, so we're going to talk about that right now. Let's talk about the most controversial: game design and overall support characters game design. The healing circles, as a lot of people have dubbed it. I don't think this is that big of a deal. I'm not a top ranking player, I'm not top 500, I peaked GM, and to be honest with you, this season I've kind of been stuck in plat, but that's besides the point. But even from a very casual player perspective, which is a lot of people that play this game, that's the majority of the player base, I think the healing circles are perfectly fine. It's not Overwatch, it's not those kinds of games. If you want to play those ones, that's fine. And they will come out with more intricate supports, and they do need to do a better job of balancing and off support to make it more viable in a 2 support comp to get rid of triple support. But I don't think the healing circles are the problem. They've already implemented plenty of ways around this with really intricate game design, like the fact that Luna's ult is line of sight. So if you just block her with Strange Shield or Groot Wall or just literally anything, whoever you're blocking will not get the healing. You can use this as Doctor Strange to shield off someone and then let your team kill them even through Luna's ult. As well as all the anti-heal that they've added in the game. I don't think it's the best so far. They've only given it to Namor, Hela, but only with the team up, Venom, and then Blade, but only on his ult. And you just start seeing Namor and Hela getting banned every game, and sometimes Venom too. So I really think they need to do a little more with that, and instead of healing reduction, maybe just a full-blown anti-heal, to be honest. But that also might be the wrong way to go. But I trust the devs, and I think they're making the right approach when it comes to this game. You really don't want to go too far in one direction. You know, the supports were strong in Season 0, Season 1, even Season 2, but I really think they've been pulling back on it and giving the other roles, you know, a lot more priority and a lot more of a chance to make a game-winning play, a game-saving ult. I really believe DPS are probably in the best spot that they've been for a long time, because they're also probably the strongest role in the game right now. A lot of DPS can just straight up one-shot supports through their ult. Punisher can, you know, Iron Man can, Namor can if he gets them in the middle of the circle. Like, if you really play well and communicate with your team and really find the weaknesses in the lineup, you know, these healing circles can be defeated. Now, triple support is a problem. Triple support does change this a little bit, because then you go from being able to one-shot to Atom Soul bonding, and now you can't really kill anything, or, you know, Mantis just having another healing circle. So it's like, triple support is something that can be looked at, and I'm sure that they will. I don't know what their plans are, but I think this dev team is doing a good job listening to the community, changing things. They are clearly not afraid to change things up. The only one that they haven't done is nerf Hela, like literally at all. But besides that, like, just look at the game now compared to when it started. Games don't usually change this much, this drastically. This dev team is clearly trying to make the game engaging, and I think it'll be better in the long term. They're going to make mistakes to learn from their mistakes, and I do think the majority of the player base is content with how the game is, and I do think the player count will creep up every time there's a new character announced, and I really believe that Marvel Rivals is here to stay. One aspect of the game where I think they are seriously lacking in terms of creativity and actual, you know, depth is the map design. I think their newest map, the Iron Fist one, I forgot what it's called, the Kung Lao one or whatever it is. I think that map is probably the most fun design right now. I think some people don't like it because of the kind of weird way the cart moves, which I think that could have been done a little bit better. It feels a little awkward going all the way around just to come back, and then you'll be like walking away from the enemy spawn at one point. I think the spawn could have been placed somewhere different, which would have made it better, but overall design, and I think fights flow really well. There's plenty of high ground, which is in a good spot to actually contest the point and fight at good angles and really, battle. Overall, the new map is not perfect and definitely has a lot of flaws in it, but I do think it is better than the last couple maps that were released. The Arakko map I was not really that fond of. I think it's weirdly designed. I think it's just a cluster of too many random things. Like every time you get a checkpoint, it honestly kind of feels like a new map, which I don't really like. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe people are fond of the Arakko and the new Clintar map, but to me I just feel like they aren't as focused as they should be. I don't really know what I'm looking at every time I enter a game on those. So but I do think the map design is getting better. I think the new map is a step in the right direction, and I do think they will continue to trend that way, hopefully. But map design is definitely their lowest point in the game that I don't really see a lot of people bringing up. With that being said, I think Marvel Rivals is in a great spot. I want to open up the community for discussion. If you have made it this far, I want to open some friendly discussion, hear your thoughts. If you've stopped playing, I want to know why. If you have, for some reason, made it this far in this video and don't know or never played Marvel Rivals, I would honestly suggest you check it out. They do have some matchmaking issues. Matchmaking is probably the biggest problem in the game right now, I would say. The matchmaking feels really unbalanced. It feels like it really caters to how long it takes to get in a game over actually getting a fair and balanced match. I think matchmaking is what will kill the game overall if it's not addressed. However, they have said they're going to implement placement matches in ranked, and hopefully they just do at least a couple of matchmaking tweaks, because the matchmaking seems like the biggest problem right now and the biggest reason that people aren't enjoying the game. But I do think with good, fun, balanced matchmaking that's fair for everyone, the game will be more fun. I think people will be happier. I think the overall community will just grow and continue to enjoy the game because the balancing is good, the game design is good. I honestly think Marvel Rivals is in a position to be a top game for a long time. But I want to know what you guys think, so if you agree, disagree, if you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you. Please subscribe, it would really help me out. And let's talk, let's discuss. I will be uploading videos. I'll try to upload at least 2 times a week. But yeah, I've got some gameplay coming, some more discussion videos, what I would change about characters. So if you liked what you heard so far and you want to discuss with me, just drop a subscribe. Thank you.